Hello, it is 6 a.m. in Washington. It's 3:30 p.m. in Kabul. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is World One, live from London. Also ahead, a video that emerged this week apparently showing U.S. Marines urinating on dead Afghans drew outrage and disgust in Afghanistan. But Washington hopes it hasn't derailed the delicate, long-running effort to start peace talks with the Taliban. Senior U.S. officials say Special Envoy Mark Grossman, who's been meeting secretly with the Taliban for more than a year, will go to Kabul next week. He supposes opening an office in Qatar in preparation for the talks. Nick Payton-Walsh joins us now from CNN Kabul. Nick, talk to us a little bit about the framework that these talks would supposedly undertake.
It's really important to point out just how preliminary all of these discussions are.
Thank you, Nick Payton-Walsh there in Kabul. We want to see how newspapers are covering or what they're saying about this video that we've been talking about, emerged this week, apparently showing U.S. Marines urinating on dead Afghans. In Britain, The Independent takes a strong view with the headline, "This is not about bad apples. This is the horror of war." It's a comment piece that says armies are horrible creatures and soldiers do wicked things, but when we accept all these lies about bad apples and the exceptionalism of crime and war, we are accepting war and going along with the dishonesty of it. The headline in the International Herald Tribune, critical juncture for Afghan peace. It says the U.S. administration's best hope for ending the war in Afghanistan has reached a critical juncture. Events like the release of the video and add a continuing measure of uncertainty. And in Canada, the Globe and Mail simply says, disgraced over YouTube. Outrage in Afghanistan and shame in America emerged as another U.S. military atrocity surfaced to undermine the hearts and minds' effort to secure Afghan support. Just coming into CNN, authorities in Thailand are saying they have arrested a suspected terrorist who had tried to mount attacks at tourist spots in Bangkok. The Thai government says the man is Lebanese and believed to be a member of the militant group Hezbollah. The head of the Arab League has reportedly warned of civil war in Syria. Nabil El Arabi told Egyptian media the conflict will only get worse if the bloody stalemate continues. Commanding answers from Damascus after a French TV reporter was killed in the city of Homs. CNN's Nick Robertson reports now from there.
Gun-toting soldiers in civilian trucks, checkpoints.
Petrol doubled on the 1st of January as the government scrapped subsidies. Talks between authorities and labor unions ended on Thursday without an agreement. Unions say the discussions were positive and the two sides will meet again on Saturday. Nigeria's main oil union has threatened to bring oil production to a halt on Sunday if the government doesn't back down. The head of Nigeria's central bank told Reuters nationwide strikes, which are now in their 5th day, are costing the economy more than $600 million a day. We want to bring in CNN's Vladimir Duthiers. He's in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital. Vladimir, we understand that talks are set to resume on Saturday, but it seems as though the environment in which they will be talking is still so fraught with negativity and friction. How are they going to actually come together on this? Inspired by a tragic story, 2 filmmakers in Turkey are embarking on a campaign for gay rights. They say the country still suffers from institutionalized homophobia and based their movie on the case of a young man murdered for being gay, apparently killed by his own father. Let's go live now to CNN Istanbul, where Ivan Watson brings us more on this. Ivan.
Monita, it was less than 2 years ago that a Turkish government minister described homosexuality as a, quote, disease that should be treated.
Like a scene of a political uprising, but in fact it's a scuffle over gadgets. Thousands of people in Beijing braved a harsh winter night to line up for the launch of the Apple iPhone 4S, but the enthusiasm soon turned into mayhem when Apple postponed the sale. Some disgruntled customers started to riot. Apple has now stopped selling the phone in all of its China stores due to security concerns. More now from CNN's Stan Grant.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. eggs pelted at the Apple store.
Now to our top story, the United States military says it has identified 2 of the men in the video that shows Marines urinating on the bodies of dead enemy fighters. Shock and outrage continues to pour in, and the U.S. Defense Department is demanding answers. Barbara Starr joins us now from the Pentagon with more. Barbara, tell us a little bit about where the investigation is right now. We understand that 2 of these Marines have been identified. What happens now?
Well, Monita, we have some new developments at this hour, not only identified, but we are told by Marine Corps officials.
Barbara, thank you. Barbara Starr there at the Pentagon. We turn now to the U.S. Republican presidential race. The fur is flying in the state of South Carolina, with all the candidates criticizing front-runner Mitt Romney. The latest opinion polls show he's still ahead in South Carolina, where the next primary will be held in just 8 days. But the Republicans running for the White House have more in common than just their party affiliation. Mitt Romney and Jon Huntsman are both Mormons. A new study shines a light on the faith sometimes called America's homegrown religion. Mary Snow reports.
With Mitt Romney and Jon Huntsman, 2 Republican presidential hopefuls who are Mormon.
She was the darling of daytime television and is recognized as one of the most powerful people in entertainment. But today, chat show host Oprah Winfrey is setting her sights on a different kind of success, that of the students at the girls-only academy she founded in South Africa. The school is about to celebrate its first batch of graduates. Oprah is there for the big day, and she's been talking to CNN's Robin Curnow, and Robin joins us now live from the school just outside Johannesburg. Robin.
Hi there, Monita. Well, we're inside Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy, and she was very open about...
We are just going to interrupt that piece from Rajpal Romo to bring you the latest developments coming out of Syria. The Arab League's fact-finding visit to Syria, and the head of the mission, Mohammed Ahmed Mustafa Al-Dabi, joins us now on the phone from Damascus. Sir, thank you very much for being with us. We are hearing now from the Arab League that there is the warnings of civil war if the conflict continues. Describe for us what the situation is from the monitors that you've seen of how bad the situation is there in Syria.
Now we are distributing our...
We were expecting the test series between Australia and India to keep cricket lovers gripped, but so far it's been one-way traffic, and the tourists have suffered another miserable day down under. Alex Thomas has the latest on that and the rest of the sport.
I got you that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Because it's cricket, I don't know.
And we're going to tease this out a bit, so bear with us. But a month ago... That's your sport for now, Monita.
Quite feisty today there, Alex.
Trying to be.
Really feisty. Hopefully you keep
that
up.
Keep up the tempo on a Friday, I say.
That's right. Alex, thank you very much. You're watching World One, live from London. Social media revolutions. After an unusually mild start to the winter, Central and Northern Europe saw heavy snowfalls this week in Austria. Let's begin there, shall we? Thousands of tourists were trapped in their resorts as roads and rail lines were buried under 2 to 3 meters of snow. Skiers and snowboarders took advantage of the fresh powder, but strong winds created the danger of avalanches. Not much fun there. Well, it was a similar picture that greeted people in central and southern Poland. Heavy snowfall caused problems on the roads, though it was a far cry from the harsh winter of 2009. Snow was so deep, the army was deployed to clear the roads. And then in Serbia, here, roads have been blocked by the worst snowfall in 20 years. Telephone and electricity lines were damaged, and authorities in the southeast asked the government for extra help. Well, let's go get some help now from Mari Ramos at the World Weather Center to give us an idea of what they can expect for the weekend. Mari.
Ooh, more. Did you like this week? More, Monita. More is coming your way. And actually, you know what? A big change for you guys across Western Europe.
It ain't over. Mari, thank you very much. You're watching World One live from London. I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you the top stories in just a moment right here on CNN.